guys, welcome back to my channel Humpty Dumpty 2. I hope you all are doing well. Can you believe 2023 is almost here, just 3 months to go, and I still can't wrap my head around this fact. Anyway, in today's video, I will be talking about top 10 jobs which are going to be high in demand in 2023 and beyond. So I hope this video is going to be helpful to you and it's going to help in your professional journey. Now the data, the numbers that I will be sharing here are based on my experience, my research and the time that I've spent in Canadian job market already. Now let's get started with the video. So guys, these jobs are just random, not in any particular sequence. You know, I was actually reading that there were 44 newly hired employees for every 100 vacancies that were open. Now the reason to this leading record high job market here in Canada are multiple. Like few of them can be aging population here in Canada, pent up demand, sector shakeups. So all these factors contribute to lot of jobs open in the market right now. Number one, let's talk about general physicians and family doctors. You know, I was reading this article that showed the latest study from the non-profit Agnes Reed Institute, the second in a 3-part healthcare series. It found out that half of Canadians either unable to see the doctor they have within a week or trying, but unable to find a doctor at all. In fact, there are a few towns here in Canada where single family doctor is taking care of the entire town. Can you believe it? So this is the scarcity of general physicians and family doctors here in Canada right now. Do you believe that there are 136,100 job vacancies in healthcare and social care services sector, which is up over like 28.8% year on year. And this has actually resulted in temporary closures and services reduction in some of the hospitals here in Canada. Now, with a further increase of people migrating to Canada every year, this situation is going to intensify even more, thus leading to higher demand of general physicians and family doctors here in Canada. So if you have an expertise in this sector, then the future is definitely bright for you. I will be talking about wages per hour, which province the demand is more in the next section, so hear it out. Now, the median hourly wage of a doctor here is $100 per hour, which is actually a good figure. Highest paying provinces are Alberta, Ontario and Manitoba. Then minimum education you need is graduation from an approved medical school and a 2 to 3 years of family medicine residency training that is required. Completion of the qualifying examination of the Medical Council of Canada and licensing by the provincial or territorial licensing authority are required as well. So this is the kind of qualification you need once you come here. So for example, if you have your medical degree back in India and you move as an immigrant to Canada, you have to complete this education and then only you will have the license to practice as a doctor here in Canada. And it's specific to the provinces as well. Second, I'm going to talk about registered nurse. So like I spoke about doctors, there is a high demand of registered nurses here in Canada as well. And it is expected that new vacancies, new jobs for a registered nurse here in Canada is going to be almost 5,000 job vacancies next year, that is in 2023, and it can be more as well. Now, over the period 2019 and 2028, new job openings arising from expansion demand and replacement demand are expected to total 1,91,100, while 1,54,600 new job seekers are expected to be available to fill them. So, can you relate the numbers? So, there's a good scope for registered nurses here in Canada as well. Now let's talk about minimum wage that is given to a registered nurse, which provinces are in demand and what is the education you need. So median hourly wage is $36 per hour and provinces in demand for a registered nurse are Alberta, Ontario and New Brunswick. And minimum education required is bachelor's degree and registration with a provincial or territorial regulatory authority. Next, I'm going to talk about most people's favorite is job of a truck driver. Guys, truck driver jobs tops the high demand jobs in Canada almost every year. Now, dedicated truck drivers are actually required in every province and territory because they are the ones who haul commercial goods from coast to coast. Labor market surveys and industry experts say that there are thousands of job vacancies for a truck driver, and Canada needs more and more people behind the wheels to take care of the stressed supply chain right now here in Canada. In fact, Government of Canada says that truck driving industry is experiencing a labor shortage across the country, and this shortage is going to continue over the next decade as well. Additionally, as per the Manitoba Labour Market Outlook, the position of a transport truck driver has the second highest number of job openings, with 5,000 anticipated positions needing to be filled over next 5 years. Median hourly wage for a truck driver is $26 per hour. Provinces in demand are British Columbia, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. Now, the minimum education you need is completion of truck driver training alongside appropriate licensing and endorsements. Next, let's talk about college instructors. Despite many college and vocational instructors migrating to Canada year over year, there is still a very high demand for both of these positions here in Canada across provinces. So it is both at national level and provincial level. Candidates that meet the Canada PR requirement from India work as a vocational instructor, as a college instructor here in Canada. Candidates that meet the PR requirement from India prefer working as a vocational instructor or a college instructor here in Canada. And professionals working in such occupations provide academic, technical and vocational programs. Now, the median hourly wage for a college instructor is $35 per hour. Highest paying provinces are Saskatoon, Alberta, Ontario, Northwest Territories and Newfoundland and Labrador. Now, minimum education that you need to be a college instructor here in Canada. So I'll speak in more detail about this. So in order to migrate to Canada as a qualified college and other vocational instructors, you would need either a bachelor's degree, a college diploma or a master's degree in the field of instruction may be required. Now, for the instructors of trades, completion of apprenticeship, training and industry or trade certification are required. Additional courses in teaching or a provincial teaching certificate may be required as well. So, you have to be a properly trained teacher in order to be a college instructor here. Next, let's talk about business management consultant. Now, businesses are getting really competitive. For that, they have to be productive and lean as well to stay in the market. Hence, business management consultant's job is one of the top in demand here in Canada, and from travel to technology, these business consultants can work in the area of interest or the skill set that they hold. Now, median hourly wage of a business management consultant here in Canada is $33 per hour. This also depends on number of years of experience that you hold. High paying provinces are Alberta, Quebec and British Columbia, and minimum education you need is a diploma or a bachelor's degree, and if you have a management degree, a master's degree, that is always a good to have. Next, let's talk about jobs related to project manager. So here I have to share something with you guys. So according to the Project Management Institute, that is PMI, by 2027, 87.7 million people will be needed in project management roles across 11 countries and 90,000 being required in Canada alone. So you can imagine how big the demand is going to be for project managers here in Canada across provinces and territories. Now, project management is an in-demand skill irrespective of any domain, industry or a particular sector, and if you really enjoy project-based work, team management and leadership roles, then project manager is the job for you. Project managers will be required in numerous industries. It can be energy sector, IT sector, healthcare sector, any sector you talk about, or construction sector, making it the most desired jobs in 2022 and 2023 as well, and even beyond. Median hourly wage for a project manager is $41 per hour. High paying provinces are Ontario, British Columbia and Alberta. Now, minimum education required for a project manager is either master's degree or a bachelor's degree in management. You should be holding a certificate in project management, something like PMP or equivalent. Then a certified associate qualification in project management. You can also qualify if you have relevant experience in the field for a significant amount of time. Next, let's talk about software engineers or developers. Well, Canada is in great need for software developers, app developers, some niche skill set developers, or any developer. If you have a skill set on technology, then job market is really good right now. In fact, Canada has opened 18,000 job openings to meet the labor market shortage in the tech industry, especially software industry. Median hourly wage for a software engineer is $44 per hour. High paying provinces are Alberta, Ontario and Manitoba, and minimum education you need is a bachelor's degree. So if you have a bachelor's degree, you can definitely apply to a lot of developers. A lot of people I know as well who got jobs as a developer on contract and in fact on permanent jobs as well are earning good amount of money because the jobs are in demand. And in fact, if you go to a job portal, especially LinkedIn, you will see a lot of job openings related to software engineers, developers, in fact project managers also. This is what I saw myself in 2022 and it's expected to grow in 2023 and even beyond. Next, let's talk about aerospace engineers. So guys, as Canada's fleet of aircraft is aging and environmental and security regulations are in place, it is expected that demand is going to increase in future. Now, working in this high demand job in Canada generally requires research, design, development, installation, testing and maintenance of aerospace systems and components. Median hourly wage for an aerospace engineer is $39 per hour and high paying provinces are Alberta, Quebec and Ontario. Minimum education required for an aerospace engineer is you have to be holding a bachelor's degree and registration with a provincial or territorial regulation authority. Next, I will be talking about industrial electrician. Working in this in-demand job in Canada, electricians enjoy some of the best skilled trade jobs here in Canada. Industrial electricians specifically are high in demand. Immigrants with relevant industrial and academic experience can easily land a job as an industrial electrician here in Canada. Median hourly wage is $33 per hour. High paying provinces are Saskatchewan, Newfoundland and Labrador and Alberta. Now, minimum education is on-site training or maybe a trade certification. So if you have any of these, it will be very easy for you to land a job as an industrial electrician here. And the last one we will be talking about is administrative and service desk specialist. Even before the pandemic, administrative jobs were high in demand compared to the supply, with New Brunswick and Manitoba holding the maximum jobs related to administrative roles here in Canada. Talking about support desk jobs, IT support specialist, this particular job is very much in demand here in Canada right now, especially due to increase of technology and more and different kinds of softwares which are being used by companies right now. So they have to have a team of support specialists to provide support to their customers. So this job is very much high in demand. For these kinds of roles, main requirement is for the candidate to be fluent in English or French, because Canada is kind of a bilingual country, so French and English are the most spoken languages here, and it is desired if you are skilled in any other language, it's always good to have. Now, median hourly wage for these kind of administrative jobs is $26 per hour. High paying provinces are British Columbia, Quebec and Ontario. Now, minimum education required is completion of secondary school and of a 1 or 2 year college or program for administrative assistants or secretaries. Some organizations require previous administrative experience as well. And like I said, you need to have expertise in one of the languages, English or French. And if you have both, it's like nothing else they need, right? If they have somebody who's good in English and French both, you stand better chance to get selected for this position. So guys, these are the top jobs which are in demand here in Canada right now, and if you hold some experience related to the skill set I spoke about, or if you have academic qualification as well, then you stand a good chance to find a job here in Canada very soon. I hope you found this video helpful and it gave you some clear picture about how the job market here is in Canada right now, especially the top 10 jobs. If you enjoyed watching the video and found it informative, then do give it a like. And guys, you can subscribe to my channel as well if you want to know more information and if you want to see more videos related to Canada here. I am a new immigrant myself and sharing my experience with you guys. You can also let me know in the comment box if you want me to make a particular video on. I will try to make it for you guys. And do subscribe to my channel. You can click the bell icon next to that so that you are tuned and you don't miss any video from me. I will be signing off for now and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Till then, you take care. Goodbye.